sorry. Still new. Okay, so then, when we did our SBOA audit, one of the things they suggested was, getting a little more specific with the utility billing. So in here, I have what we have currently, and then I wrote what I thought maybe some good suggestions would be to address what they were wanting us to address. It was mostly about the late fee and how I apply it. It basically just wanted more specifics on it. So if you guys wanna look at that, we can kinda talk about it at the next meeting, give you time to think about it. Obviously, that's just my suggestions, and it's open for whatever you guys wanna talk about. And Rochelle, you might be able to explain this better. We have some issues with the fire keypad. Is that correct?
Yeah, like we want to try to get into the firehouse in Winter.
Yeah.
So I actually called Mike over to help me take the fob off the door, and it's hardwired in, so you have Mohawks coming in to look at it. It didn't sound like they were actually sure if it was the keypad itself or the power supply or what it is. So the idea is at some point we just need to replace it. So we want to get a quote and look at options. But I was gonna ask Chief if he had like ideas on what he wants to do as like the type of door handle. I know one of the, James mentioned he didn't think that like the type that we have at Wingate was a good idea for a commercial building, so.
Yeah, so
I don't
I've done a
know.
little bit of research on that, and it will not work because it is a commercial door. I did just have an issue with it. I feel like it's in the
keypad
receiver
itself.
of the keys is, you gotta hit them a certain way, before, and if you go one number off, then it times it out.
Okay.
So,
And the keypad, it's actually cheaper, the quote is cheaper than I was told on the phone.
I was
so.
surprised, yeah.
so replacing the keypad may be an option. I would like to propose a different thought, maybe to investigate. So, as it is now, if we have someone that leaves our department, we, number one, can't change that keypad code. I'm not even for sure the procedure to change that code. We haven't had anybody that's been
That has abused the.
yeah, a worry for that, right? But, you know, kind of looking down the road. And any keypad is gonna have the same issue. If someone gets a hold of it nefariously or whatever, there's no tracking on it, so on and so forth. So I would like to ask the board to at least investigate a key fob style entry.
I was told that's what
Where-
they used to have. They took it away and then they replaced it with the keypad it has now.
I have a key, I believe the assistant chief has a key, but, you know, we don't want a whole bunch of keys floating around.
Yeah.
I
haven't heard
and-
anything as far as, I mean, you'd think you'd be able to do it for a grant.
Well, my work, you go in, you've got a card, you gotta scan it.
Yeah, I kinda prefer the fob that goes on your keychain, a little bit better than the keep track of a card.
But
The
you
problem
can
for us, huh?
But you can deactivate those cards,
You
like,
can deactivate fobs too.
okay.
Yeah, you sure can.
Just depends on-
Our problem is if we can't get in that door, we have no way to our equipment. Cause I think I'm the only one that has a key to these doors.
I, yeah.
Maybe, well, yeah,
Yeah,
probably like this.
aside from like me and.
You have
Jay.
rank from the council.
But I can't
but-
get in that door from in here, cause I don't have.
Yeah, I think,
But that doesn't help our like normal member.
yeah, so I would like to ask you at least investigate a key fob system
Okay.
that we can activate, deactivate, do things that way just in case. And, you know, at bare minimum, we probably need to get that pad replaced. Cause it took me 3 tries, I don't know if Rob was sitting out here probably paying attention to me, but it took me 3 cycles to get the door to unlock.
And I think at one point we've had investigated pricing on that, so I'll look back over that, and I can also just gather more information
I'll
to
keep that off.
give you guys,
What
yeah.
it is to get inside the door.
So are you able to get it up and down now? Are you
It's-
able to get the door up and down? I know it's iffy, but,
No, it's not
It's
the
the
vertical doors, it's the key fob pad, the security pad to get in the man door. Cause we can't even get to those doors until we get inside the building. Right.
But is the
We
big
do have door
work?
openers in our
Yeah,
trucks.
the garage doors work fine, but we don't have openers outside of the building.
Right, right, so, if you'd at least look into it and see,
Definitely.
what's gonna be a possible, we'd appreciate it, cause, yeah, it's not having trucks is a bad thing,
Kind of a minor issue.
Especially right now.
especially with, yeah, and, you know, when guys roll up and it's an emergency, you know, we've gotta call and then try and push the buttons really fast. Yeah, so, all right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can check with Roger too, as far as the township, see if they got somebody to help even pay half of it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'll say something to him tonight, I'll call him and see if he'd be interested in
Yeah.
helping. I mean, we'll have to have a meeting vote on it, but I'm sure it's an option.
Well, thank you. That's great.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
In your packet, you have a transfer of appropriation funds for the general fund. It's just, I'm moving money over to make sure we have the right money to cover the last payment of the fire contract, because we upped the dollar amount on that. And that'll go out in December, so it's still a little far out, but I wanna make sure it's done, and I knew all three of you guys were gonna be here today, so get it out of the way. And then I put a little bit more funds in our, professional services, and that's gonna be anybody coming out to fix things, like the fire door and, you know, different things wherever that might be. So, that's what those two are for. If you guys wanna go ahead and vote on that,
Do I abstain again?
I would.
Make a motion, we approve the transfer appropriations.
I second that.
I abstain.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nay. Carried.
All right, the Halloween party this year is from 5:30 to 8, and then trick or treating is from 6 to 8 on Halloween. I skipped something? Oh, mine doesn't have it on there, I'm so
And
sorry.
pursue great,
Okay, we're gonna go back up, I'm sorry. So, we have met with, our grant administrator and talked to her, individually about not being pleased with the services received from Banning Engineering, on the lagoon project. 2 reports have been late to IDEM, and other things are not getting done that should be getting done. So we present to the board to release them of their contract services, which was an as needed basis. So
And they were trying to overcharge for services.
You had some,
they were sending out invoices for $5,000 each month for things that we really couldn't, even itemized, didn't seem to make sense. So, you guys wanted to go in,
Rob does, you guys.
Yeah, just, before we vote, I don't know if you guys have been through the terms and conditions you have with Banning that we apparently agreed to, a fee schedule here, I don't see a signed version of this. But there are certain steps you're supposed to take before there's a termination. And if you consider this a dispute, we have to give them notice that we feel like it's a dispute.
okay,
And we have to do a couple steps, we just don't wanna be sideways with our agreement.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that anything you couldn't release them, it's just that termination for cause has to probably be alleged in some sort of correspondence before we just cut them loose.
Okay.
And that probably won't be an issue for them, but you just gotta be, be careful in case it is an issue.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I thought Christie said she's gonna get with you right now.
Yeah, I talked to her last night about, 5 PM or so, and so I just got this and I was looking to it today.
Okay.
So we need to take some steps, so I don't think it's gonna be a quick,
okay.
thing.
There
I don't know
shouldn't,
what the timelines are otherwise, I don't want a domino effect, there'd be some problems.
there shouldn't be any issue having parallel engineering firms start while we're in the process of.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to, I mean, the point of giving them notice of the dispute is theoretically to give them an opportunity to cure the issues.
Yeah, but they've been,
See what I'm saying? And then they say,
Yeah.
oh, well, there's a mistake and we, you know, these are the issues. And plus, you know, after that, if the dispute is, you know, there's other steps. I mean, we can talk about it more.
Yeah.
I'll put together a letter, I'll talk to the grant writer and I will send it to the town to look at.
Is that
Okay.
something that we need to?
I need to know more about what they've done, you know, or I guess haven't done.
Yeah.
I need to kind of have a bullet point
Yep,
list.
can do that.
And we have a deadline.
Yeah, another IDEM report is due by October 10th.
Yeah, I mean, and the more that build up or they've missed, you know, benchmarks, that'll be helpful, honestly.
Yeah.
But we still have to still follow the,
Yeah, definitely.
Is that something that we need to have
Work
like
session.
a work session or something to kind of go over?
maybe, I'm not saying just yet, let me look at, talk to
Okay.
her, and then if you could work with her to give me a bullet point list of the various issues.
We have
But if you guys might just authorize me to send correspondence to them, because we know there's a dispute right now, there's a problem. So we know that, so I think if you would authorize me to send them correspondence that I've prepared, based on the information I received from the clerk treasurer, then that would be good.
Okay, so we have line engineering present here tonight, kind of go over that. What is our steps to be able to kind of get that ball rolling?
Well, I think it doesn't hurt to listen to them and talk about what they will do when we are done with planning. That'd be fine.
Okay.
But I don't know that we can give them a green light, I mean, you may have some input on that.
Okay.
We wanna cover our flank.
Oh, absolutely. And so we wanted to have Mr. Ladd come out and just introduce himself as somebody that might be able to possibly move the project forward, because we really would like the project to move forward. So if you would like to take a couple minutes to introduce yourself.
Sure. My name's Gary Ladd with Ladd Engineering out of Lebanon, Indiana. I probably wouldn't have any interest in entering into a contract until it's officially terminated with the other firm, so. But, I did bring a little booklet, you can spread that around, it has some project experience in it, my resume and stuff like that. I'm a small company, one-man firm, actually. My wife works for me on a part-time basis. I have a CAD tech who is a sub-consultant with me that I work with. And then if I get into electrical or HVAC engineering, stuff like that, I have to subcontract that kind of thing out. But, I did go through the agreed order this morning and jotted down a few notes here.
Give you a short one. I'll get one.
I think
Okay.
Listening to reading points.
just right.
Thank you.
So the issues that were in the agreed order, number one is I&I inflow infiltration reduction. I listed a few ways that you can go about trying to reduce I&I in the system. One is sump pump connections, which would require door-to-door inspections. And then you'd have to document those connections to the sanitary sewer. Downspout connections, if anybody has their roof drains and downspouts connected, and typically you find that by smoke testing, documenting the sources. You could have leaky pipes or joints. I don't think your system's that old. I would guess that most of your pipes are probably PVC
Yeah.
pipes, so I would hope you don't have too many leaky pipes or joints. But usually you would televise the sewer lines to try to find issues like that. Manhole defects are another possibility of allowing excess inflow infiltration in, so you have to do manhole inspections and document those defects. Preventive maintenance plan for the collection system, and also preventive maintenance plan for the treatment plant. I did not see anything referencing completion of those two items in the compliance plan. Treatment plant, way I would approach that, and I understand you have a hydrograph control release lagoon treatment plant, is I would summarize the last couple of years' worth of monthly reports of operation in respect to the flows and the loadings, the organic loadings that are coming in. I would also evaluate the lagoon cell sizes based on those flows and loadings that are coming in. And we'd have to decide whether we would need to include or exclude I&I depending on if we think we were successful and we know the issue's sump pumps or something, then we'd want to tackle that directly and try to get some of that eliminated. Determine any additional treatment needs to meet the NPDES permit. I wasn't sure if you had ammonia nitrogen requirement as a constituent for on your NPDES permit, but sometimes it's difficult for lagoons to treat for ammonia nitrogen, and I don't think you have phosphorus on there, so we wouldn't have to worry about phosphorus removal, but we'd have to take a look at that. Standby power, there was a reference in the agreed order that the flow meters weren't working because the power was out, and I didn't know if you had a standby generator at the plant, but that would be something we should think about. And any other needs or issues, I didn't understand, it looked like one of the lagoons was leaking or something, and then there was bubbles coming up through the liner of one lagoon and another lagoon, or the same lagoon possibly that was supposed to be abandoned, never got abandoned, so I'd have to learn more about what's going on with that situation too. The other issues that were pointed out had to do with maintenance and operational issues like mowing grass, removing trees and shrubs, or encroaching into the banks of the lagoons, and record keeping. That's what I've learned so far.
That's a pretty good synopsis. Thank you for coming out here.
Yeah, if I can follow up with any information or you need anything else from me, feel free to contact me with these cards. A card, if she's.
No,
You can give it to Sarah.
I'll take the card. Yep.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming through, and we'll try to get our stuff settled on our end, and then bring it back out once we kind of get this settled and taken care of.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, so I don't think I've skipped anything else. So, Halloween, the party will be on Halloween this year from 5:30 to 8 here. We're gonna have hot dogs, chips, drinks, kind of like a little maze in here. People can set up a trunk or treat if they would like, and then trick or treating itself is the normal time on Halloween from 6 to 8.
Pretty much. Yeah, we're wanting to look into, having kind of like a maze in here with tables and stuff to kind of decorate for like younger kids. They can come through and have different spots throughout the maze so they can get treats or toys or whatever we decide to put out there. Have hot dogs and chips out front for people that want to come through and grab it, and some condiments. And then if people want to park their vehicles, if they don't want to hand out at their houses, maybe at the end of the maze, kind of the kids can go out back, do a trunk or treat with anyone that wants to go through there and continue on trunk or treat. Chief, you were wanting to, do you guys normally do something that night of?
Yeah, we usually hand candy out at the bay there and let kids take pictures with the trucks and that sort of thing.
Restrooms and stuff will also be available for people who want to come through. We'll probably have a table or two set up to the side of the maze, that way if people want to just come in and sit down, take a breather, it'll be that.
Thank you. We've had a couple people ask about updating the policy for closing the park at dusk now, since it's getting darker in the winter kind of thing. I just wanted to put it on the agenda, so that way it's something we know to talk about at some point. Not necessarily today or come up with decisions today, but on the horizon at some point. The suicide awareness bench that we had talked about previously, I spoke to the gentleman that's in charge of it. It is underway, and we will be making a donation to the bench, and we'll be putting the bench out right along here. So it's covered, they can have the Wi-Fi access. But I just wanted to give you an update that is in the works, yep. Our next town meeting is November 5th, which is crazy sounding. And then we will open up for public comments, and I will remind everybody, if you have a public comment, I'll come over here so I can move the video so I can get you on it. But you just need to make sure you state your name, clearly, so that way we can get it on the recorded camera
Your address.
and address. So that way we are following the guidelines that we're supposed to be having. But we'll go ahead and open it up for public comments, if you guys wanna control that.
What's the duration? What's the length?
It used to be 2
Chief?
minutes, I thought.
And each, there's 2 minutes per comment.
Still the chief. I just wanted to update you, the mention the bench brought this to my mind. We talked about the Narcan box. And I have now successfully given the information to contact Sarah, to 2 different people that are in charge of that. Kind of feel like my due diligence is done here,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
Hopefully
thank
they
you.
get- reach out to you, but if not, I've
Okay.
done what I can.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Anybody else have comments?
I have Tina. I have a comment. I'm Tina Withington. I live down Washington Street. I just want to say that we replaced our whole house filter for our house. We have several filters, and we replaced it. And normally when we replace it, it's like, boom, it's dirty. You can't even see through it. It's been, what, a week and a half now? Like a week and a half, and it's still clear.
Do you mean
So
like,
the
do you mean
water
like a
system,
furnace?
something must be working. Hmm?
I was gonna ask water or house or like air
It's
filter.
the house water, yeah, yeah, so there must be something working on this new water system.
So good report then that the filters will last a little bit longer. Good.
Yeah, cause normally when we turn the water back on, it's just like really nasty, and like I said, it's been a week and a half, but it's still clear, it's like,
Good.
holy crap, I can still see the filter.
Thank
So-
you
Noticed any
for
difference
positive
in
news.
pressure?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, a little bit of
oh,
better
yeah,
pressure.
better pressure, yes,
Good deal.
that kinda goes with it.
Now, did they get the computer glitches?
Oh,
Is that part of this dispute you're in?
we're still working on that. I still am holding the last check. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Anyone else?
Our comments, questions?
Sure,
We ask
yeah,
a question.
Yep.
Who owns the deed to the park over there?
You have to stand up and state your name and address, please.
Jaden Robinson, 101 Cloud Street. Who owns the deed to the park over there? Like, who owns the park?
The park should be owned by the towns.
The
By
town.
the
So
town.
who's in charge of the town?
That would be the town council.
Board and then
Would be
they-
the town
So
board.
who is individually allowed to trespass people?
Any one of us? But it takes 2 to make a decision out of 3.
So,
Out of 3,
this is,
without
Hold on.
a crime being committed.
so we're gonna,
I would let Rob.
Okay, so,
take this over.
so first of all, it's comment session, so if you have.
That's why I asked if it was a question.
Yeah, they did, but they can make a comment session, and it's a comment session. But if Linda wants me to make a comment, I can about that issue, so, is that okay? Yeah, so the town marshal serves at the leisure of the town board, which is elected by the citizens of New Richmond. This is the town board. I think the town marshal's in the back, Larry. And so he's charged with enforcing the ordinances, if that's what your question is.
No, that's not my question.
I don't know what your question is. You have like 10, so I'm trying to catch up.
Who can trespass and how are they allowed to trespass somebody
Yeah,
from the
so
park?
so the town marshal is here to enforce, the local ordinances regarding disturbances and that type of thing. So, there you go.
The town marshal said he wasn't allowed to trespass anybody from the park. So
If
are
he
you guys
feels that there's a
individually
public
allowed to?
disturbance, he can take care of it. That's his role.
You didn't take care of anything.
It was
If
county.
it was, county was involved,
Okay.
but.
There was false reports being made about something. And we can go over it if we'd like to.
I don't even know what's happening, but, yeah, so you enforce the ordinances, the county backs you up, that's right.
So who trespassed me?
So it has to be a member, so it has to be a member of the board. 2 people have to agree, but in order for the warning, they can give it themselves, or they can have an officer or some person of that department give the trespass on their behalf
For
to not be in the
your
park.
guys' definition was being annoying and a nuisance. You can't do that. That's illegal as
You had
fuck.
a gun at the park, regardless if it's
That's an
considered
amendment.
toy.
I don't, do you know that?
Not in
Are you
park,
fucking
it's
retarded?
Hey, now listen.
That's enough.
You
Sit there and call her
names, man. Hey, you might get yourself, just, hey, talk to legal counsel.
That's
You're entitled to-
a-
you're a citizen, you have rights.
Yes,
Talk to the
yes,
attorney.
and she called the
Hire an
cops
attorney
and
and
said
then have
that
them
I-
send me a letter about your concerns. Hire an attorney and have them send me a letter about
So
your
then,
concerns.
if we have to do that, you guys just can't trespass because no crime was committed. There was an investigation.
The town marshal can enforce the ordinance, and he has an obligation to make sure
Yeah.
that there's no disturbances that are affecting the
Yeah.
other citizens.
So is carrying a firearm, whether or not,
Yeah.
whatever a firearm is
We're
that a
talking-
disturbance or is that an ordinance in this town?
Is there a disturbance happening?
Was there?
I don't know, I
Was
wasn't
there?
there, pal.
Most certainly, I have
What was
gotten
the
3 phone
disturbance?
calls.
About what?
We
What's the
did our
disturbance?
limit
I wanna
for
ask you
this
what you
comment.
just
All right,
Call
your
it.
comments have actually hit the time limit.
What?
This comment is hit the time
Linda.
limit, we're gonna.
Your time is done, sit.
We're gonna settle this comment, that comment's
Out.
done. You fuck out, Lorelai.
Out.
Linda. Linda.
No. What? Wait a moment.
You can't tell me what.
I have asked you to leave because you will not cooperate. You must leave.
Okay.
Cooperate with what?
Pardon me?
It's
Your attitude and your mouth is not
freedom of
allowed.
speech, I can talk whatever I
Out.
want. You
Don't
can't
bring
kick
it
me out
up.
for someone.
Larry, would you
Just leave.
please
No, I'm not.
escort them out?
Just leave. Until you tell me to leave, I'm not.
Jaden,
Nope.
just leave, don't make it worse. She asked you to leave.
Until you ask me to leave,
Will you leave?
do I have a legal reason to leave?
You were asked to leave and you were staying.
By someone that's not a legal authority.
This is their building.
This is their building.
Okay?
Town board owns that.
Yeah, it's open to the public, isn't it? Right.
But it's, so it's a park. But
Yeah.
people can still ask you to leave a park.
You can ask me to leave.
Jaden, just
No.
leave. Just leave, okay?
Who voted? I'm gonna see you guys in court, I hope you know that.
Yeah, no, seriously, hey, listen.
What?
Go ahead.
No, I don't.
No, that's good. Send me a complaint or concern.
No,
in writing, and I'll be
there's
happy
false
to look at it.
reports. Carrying a firearm is legal everywhere you go.
Send me
There's no
something in writing.
ordinance.
I'm saying, well, listen, send me something in writing, we'll be glad to take care of it. I'll talk to them. Okay? Send me something in writing or have an attorney do it, I don't care.
Send you something in writing. What's your name?
Absolutely.
Can I get a card or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get a piece of paper here.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to talk to them about what the concerns are.
Because I'm pretty sure being dragged out of your yard for carrying any type of rifle is illegal.
That sounds concerning, so I'll give you.
Oh, concerning, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Pretty sure false reporting is a crime too,
6, 2.
especially when there's no damage done.
Okay. Get with this, I'll be happy to look at it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Seen that kind
Any other comments? You wanna make a motion to close the meeting? Larry?
I'll make a motion. to
No
close.
comments, Daryl?
Huh?
No comments, Daryl?
He's been
Well-
quiet lately.
After that, no, I
You're not going, Daryl. You can be that, come on.
Did you?
I make a motion.
They throw
Make
me.
a vote? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay?
No.
Nay.
The second.
Carry.